Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here and to give thanks to you. Kim asked me not to do that. She said, just get up there and speak and share your story. But it would be virtually impossible for me to do that without all of you wonderful people and the work of the Child Care Community Law Center. So first and foremost, thank you. My name is Latifa Lewis, and I am a board member with Parent Voices Oakland, as well as a parent leader. But first and foremost, I'm a parent. I have two young children, Camille and Taylor, who are 4 and 6. And so thank you for your work that you do as well, because I put my children in a home-based daycare center. I think when I first had them, my first thought was, they're so beautiful, but how will I protect them? How will I prepare them for the future? And so I knew the first step of that journey or effort would be to start them out early, learn to love, education, socializing, and being in a setting that would be conducive for them. And so I kept my first one with me for like the first 15 months of her life. I literally stopped everything I did. I'm a UC Berkeley graduate, and I went and did like live-in in-home care where I could take this baby with me because I wasn't ready to let her go. I became pregnant with my second child, and I realized, whoa, well, this is not earning enough. So now it's time for me to put my education to use. And so I became gainfully employed, and I had to actually turn them over into someone else's hands. And so I began interviewing people. I recall having them first one at a child care center, state funded center, and another one was at a private in-home or a private home care center. And so I remember one day, I know this is some of the work that the Child Care Law Center does, is that they advocate for child care centers, but also to make sure that they're safe and healthy for the children. I picked my daughter up, and she had like 103-degree fever. Needless to say, I never took her back there. But I didn't give up. And so I continued on my journey and looking for another child care center for her. So I said, well, I'll just be a lot more careful this time. And I know that perhaps you interview the parents, but I definitely interviewed the next child care provider. In fact, she was so amazing. Her name is Carmen Sims with Lay Infanzia in Oakland, that I moved both of my children there. And to say that my daughter was kindergarten ready is an understatement. She came in at an advanced level. And so I received a child care subsidy that assisted me with paying for my child care. And of course, because I was working and had a degree, it helped me to be on a higher earning tier, in which I had a parent fee, but I was stage 3. And so I can recall the first time. My children are now secure, right, I think, and I can go to work every day, and I know that they're safe, so I can concentrate on work. And so I remember always being busy. So I grabbed my mail, took it to work with me. I'm opening it on a break. And I remember being at my office, at my desk, opening up this letter talking about stage 3. There's a potential that it's going to be canceled. And I was like, what? I was like, what am I going to do? And I can recall going into my supervisor's office, and I said, well, I don't know what's going to happen or what I'm going to do. I said, I may potentially lose my child care, and having 2 children in child care, I was like, there's no way that I can pay for it. So she started saying, well, what can we do? What can we do? She didn't know what to do either. And so at that point, it was around the time for me to recertify with Bananas. And so when I went in and I met with my worker, her name was Carmen as well, she told me about Parent Voices Oakland. And they have a little form that they give you during your recertification. She said, are you interested? I said, oh yeah, if they can help me with not losing my stage 3 funding. I said, absolutely. And so needless to say, that's when Kim took me under her wings. And I've been there. She has some really big wings, right? She has lots of people under there. Lots of people. And so she called me. So she brought me under her wings, and she told me about, more in depth what Parent Voices does. And she was like, would you be interested? I said, sure, but I just want to be behind the scenes. I said, I'm really good with paperwork and organizing and stuff. And she said, well, okay, we'll see, but come on in. And so I remember attending the Parent Leadership Academy and my first time and going to Stand for Children. And I've been with Parent Voices Oakland now for about a year, year and a half. And I've had the most amazing opportunities presented to me, but it's always my honor when I'm invited to come and to be able to speak and to share my success story and how the Child Care Law Center helped with the lawsuit with Parent Voices Oakland that saved Stage 3 so that I wouldn't have to worry anymore, and to be able to give my testimony to wonderful people and say thank you, thank you, thank you. So really appreciate all that everyone here has done and every effort, be it advocacy, volunteer, donations, is much appreciated.